Time now for the weekly RPG news rundown. Draw Steel, formerly just known as the MCDM RPG, is now releasing playtests. The game promises cinematic and fun combat without the slog that tends to bog down RPG combat. The Draw Steel Heroes and Monsters books are now available for pre-order on the MCDM website. Dark RPG SLA Industries meets Mörg Borg in a new RPG called SLA Borg, We're Glue-Sniffing Idiots. That is the full and actual title. The publishers describe how PCs work in this game like this. You're idiots that believe, because of the aforementioned crumbling reality, that you are working as operatives whilst instead being morons that sniff marker pens, take orders from a cat, and get into far too much trouble. You take on missions, eat kebabs to heal yourself, and go to the pub to celebrate. Simple. The Kickstarter ends today for SLA Borg. A new actual play series is coming from Dice Legends. It's called The Bards of ARATAI and will feature an all-bard adventuring party. The series is planned for 12 episodes of 20 to 30 minutes each. It's described as a blend of music, action, and adventure. Episodes have been recorded, and soon there will be a Kickstarter campaign to fund post-production and release. Coming this fall is TIDAL Blades, a new RPG from Monte Cook Games. It is set in a world called Naviri, an archipelago of island paradises, which are threatened by a system called the Fold breaking down, a system which used to keep monsters out. TIDAL Blades will be based on the Cypher system. The game is now available for pre-order from the Monte Cook Games website, and there's also a free 29-page preview available now. A new setting book for Werewolf The Apocalypse 5e is coming in November from Renegade Game Studios. It's called Shattered Nation, and it covers the ruins of the Guru Nation and also includes new pack types and pack actions. An adult volume with mature content, Shattered Nations will be released in November and will have an MSRP of $45. Now on Kickstarter is a game called 80s Adventures from Dice Dungeons. It's a 5e supplement containing new subclasses, magic items, spells, and more that aim to capture the spirit of the 80s. There are also layers such as a mall and other locations complete with quests. A new science fiction RPG, Scoundrels, completed its Kickstarter this week. It's a rules-light system about smugglers, thieves, and bounty hunters in space. Medieval Tales is an RPG set in wartime 15th century France and offers a fantasy game steeped in history as well as superstition, folklore, and fairy tales. The game is designed by Dominic Covey, who created the Emmy-nominated Darwin's World. Medieval Tales is on Kickstarter now, with a campaign running until October 5th. Setting Europe Ablaze is a new RPG sourcebook themed on the Special Operations Executive, or SOE, a secret organization in the UK that was active during World War II. The sourcebook is system neutral, focusing on spy and sabotage missions behind enemy lines. Setting Europe Ablaze is now up for pre-order on several platforms, and DriveThruRPG will join them on September 1st. A 5th edition called the Definitive Edition of Args Magica is coming soon to crowdfunding from Atlas Games. The game is a venerable classic that is very roleplay forward and was one of the first games to embrace collaborative world building among players. For more information, check out the Args Magica pre-launch page on Backerkit. Apotheosis is about to get a 2nd edition. This GM-less collaborative role-playing game is published by Gordy Murphy, and gameplay involves the players building a society and its mythology together. The game features multi-generational play and allows history and mythology to work off of each other as players take on multiple characters and the history is shaped. Apotheosis is on Kickstarter now, and you have until September 3rd to pledge. Sentience is a new role-playing game set in an alternate, futuristic North America populated by humans and robotic beings called anthroids, who, through the course of play, essentially gain consciousness. The anthroids form an underground resistance group demanding recognized rights. The game mechanic involves a D6 pooling system to resolve actions. Sentience is on Kickstarter now, with a campaign ending this Saturday, August 31st. Extraordinary is a new role-playing game in which the PCs are children with supernatural abilities. The game has a diceless resolution mechanic, relying on tokens and role-playing to guide the narrative. That project is launching soon on Kickstarter. This week, Paizo announced a contest whose prize is a free copy of the Pathfinder Player Core with the alternate sketch-style art cover. Paizo didn't say exactly how many copies they're giving away, but they put out a call for players to share stories about their characters' deaths. Each sharing person will be entered into a drawing. Paizo announced this with a tweet, or whatever we're calling them now that it's X. An excretion? Anyway, you can enter the contest by posting a response there. The link to the tweet is in this video's description. A new role-playing game called A Fool's Errand will use tarot card mechanics and take place in a science fantasy setting. Players can play humans or androids and choose motivations based on major arcana cards. Tarot cards are also used to resolve actions and even divine interventions. The Kickstarter campaign for A Fool's Errand launches on October 22nd. You can find more info about the project on their pre-launch page on Kickstarter. This week, on the 27th, is the annual D&D Direct event, and it promises to give glimpses of the 2024 Player's Handbook as well as a demo of Project Sigil, D&D's official new 3D virtual tabletop. D&D Direct will be live-streamed from the official D&D YouTube channel beginning at 9 a.m. Pacific Time. D&D Beyond has announced how the 2014 D&D rules access will work as the 2024 books begin to roll out. They say that the 2014 basic rules and 2014 Player's Handbook will remain available if you already have them. These materials will be marked with the Legacy badge where appropriate, and the same is true of the 2014 Monster Manual entries. Tooltips and items in the tool sets, however, will show information from the 2024 books and will affect things like character sheets and compendium links. This is also true of monster stat blocks. Homebrew items, however, will not be affected by the changes other than through tooltips. 2014 spells and magic items, however, will apparently be removed entirely from D&D Beyond. So if you want access to them, you'll have to create your own homebrew copies. For more detail on what's changing, see the announcement on the D&D Beyond site, linked in the detail for this video. And that's the news for this week. I'm Dave, and thanks for watching. Hey, Drake, I heard you like 'em young.